In those early months and even years of running a new business, it can be difficult to tell how well you're actually doing. Even when you feel like you're really getting the hang of things, you've got a solid website, you're making some sales here and there, but it might seem like there's no concrete way to tell for sure if your handmade business is where it's supposed to be. We're all learning here, right? And that means that we might not know exactly what to look out for when it comes to knowing if your business is doing well or if it's lagging behind. So today I'm going to let you in on a 5-point checklist that will help you understand exactly how your business is doing. These 5 points should help you get an actual concrete answer on how your business is doing and what steps you might need to take to bring it to the next level. I hope this is helpful for any handmade business owner who just wants to know if their business is on the right track or not. So let's get started. Hi, my name is May Pak, and I help makers, artists, and designers make a full-time living by selling their handmade products online. I currently make a full-time income running 3 creative businesses online, and I want to help you get your business up and running and actually be successful so that you can make a full-time income doing what you love. So the first on today's 5-point checklist is conversion rates. Checking out your conversion rates is a really great way to see how your business is actually doing, because numbers don't lie. You just can't argue with them. Now, a conversion rate is the number of visitors to your site that end up making a purchase when they visit. Generally, your business is doing well if your conversion rate is at least 1% or higher. That means for every 100 visitors to your site, you should get 1 sale. And if that's the case, you can rest assured that your business is in pretty good shape. If your conversion rate is lower than 1%, there are a few things you can check. Just start by making sure your website is actually functioning properly. Check out the website on multiple devices, from your phone to your best friend's laptop, and make sure that there aren't any bugs or areas that need improvement. Because too often, customers aren't biting simply because the website is either confusing or just malfunctioning. So that should be the first thing you check. You'll also want to improve the shopping flow of the site. This is called conversion rate optimization, or CRO, and it's fundamental to increasing your conversion rate and reeling in those sales. CRO is when you optimize your website or landing pages based on visitor behavior so that you can increase the chances of a visitor actually making a purchase when they're on your site. This is not a one and done thing. You should be checking your website regularly to make sure that it's as optimized as possible for the customer experience. Now, if you still aren't reaching that 1% conversion rate, then you can start looking at the rest of your shop experience. Like, are your product photos professional and easy to look at? Do they look nice? Is the pricing justified and competitive for your brand? Are your products well made? Do they look well made? Little details like this can make a huge difference. Think about it. If you visit an online shop, you're more likely to spend money on well-made products with amazing product photos and a great user experience, right? Making sure you're hitting that 1% conversion rate is probably the best way to see if your business is doing well or not. But remember, you need 100 people visiting your site each day just to make 1 sale. So if you're worried that you're not making any sales, it's probably because you're not getting any traffic or hardly any traffic. Like, if you only get 10 people visiting your shop a day, you'll make 1 sale every 10 days or 3 sales a month. Now, a lot of people are frustrated that they're not making a lot of sales, and then we wonder if it's because no one likes our products. We've all been there. The actual problem is usually not getting enough traffic. That's why focusing on marketing is super important for our handmade shops. Not enough people focus on marketing, and it can really hurt their business. There are plenty of ways to drive more traffic to your website. So just focus on getting more people to link back to your website, getting those backlinks. That helps with SEO. Do media and influencer outreach where other people are sharing your site with their own followers. I don't know if you've been on my channel for long enough, but media outreach is my favorite way to promote products and one of the things that help my business take off the most, so I highly recommend it. You can also use paid ads on Facebook, Instagram, Google to drive traffic to your site. Make sure that you're using sources that you know convert traffic well though, because Pinterest, for example, is notorious for being really easy to get a ton of traffic, but it just doesn't convert well into sales, so you may want to avoid it. Number 2 is email sign-up conversion rate. Email lists are a huge part of building a long-term business and making those regular, consistent sales. Unlike social media, where how many followers you have has nothing to do with how much sales you're making, your email list is actually a strong indicator for how well you're doing. The more email subscribers you have, the more money you'll make. Email marketing has one of the highest conversion rates in terms of turning prospects into actual buying customers. For example, in my jewelry business, I have about 20,000 email subscribers and I make about $200,000 a year in sales with that. So let's dig a little bit deeper into how understanding your email list sign-up conversion can help you to know whether your business is doing well. Now, the email sign-up conversion rate is determined by the people who visit your website and then join your email list. It indicates that people are interested in your products, right? Your business is doing well if you can convert 10 to 50% of your website visitors into email subscribers. Of course, this depends on how you get customers to sign up in the first place. If you use pop-up email sign-up forms, they should convert between 10 and 20% or higher of traffic into email subscribers. If you use landing pages, they should convert even higher at between 30 to 50% or more. Remember that customers will be more likely to join your email list if there is an incentive to do so. Give them a reason to sign up, whether it's a free gift on their next order, free shipping, a coupon code, or even do a giveaway. Your email list is powerful because 25 to 40% of your entire business sales should actually come from emails. So make sure you're proactive about getting visitors to sign up. The third point in our list is reviews. A healthy handmade business should expect about 20% of customers to leave reviews before or after they make a purchase. If this isn't happening, you'll want to examine how you can increase that percentage. Send an email to customers reminding them to leave a review. For example, I usually write something like, "Hey, just checking in that your order arrived safely and everything is okay. And if you love your purchase, please leave a review. I'm a small business and every piece of feedback counts and is super helpful." For many customers, all it takes is just that simple and friendly reminder. And in general, customers like to support small businesses in whatever way they can, especially if they love their purchase. So don't hesitate to ask when you need to, okay? This is not a time for you to be shy. You also want to be getting feedback from your customers because if there's a product or if there's any product or shipping issues, you will want to know about it. That way you can fix the problem and it won't happen again with future customers. Asking for feedback is something I have personally always struggled with because I'm afraid people will only have bad things to say about my products. I think we all feel this way to a certain extent, right? Imposter syndrome. But also keep in mind that getting that feedback is exactly how you continue to move your business in the right direction and continue growing. The fourth tip is to look at your return rate. Now, unfortunately for online businesses, the product return rate is significantly higher than physical brick and mortar stores for obvious reasons. You can't truly experience the product before buying it online. Like you can't touch, feel, smell, try on a product before buying it like you can at a physical store. So returns are an issue every online business will face at some point. According to Shopify, the average return rate for online businesses is a whopping 20 to 30%, and it's only 8 to 10% for brick and mortar shops. So if your return rate is higher than 20 to 30%, then you might want to take a closer look at why and how you can fix that. Research also shows that customers are more likely to make a purchase if the business has a great return policy. When it comes to online shopping, customers are hesitant to fully commit to buying a product that they haven't seen in person, and it makes sense, right? So if you do have a good return policy in place, you could actually get a lot more customers. It's also a good idea to keep track of your returns. If you notice that one product in particular is returned again and again, you want to find out why and then fix the problem. At my handmade jewelry business, Tiny Hands, I even created a spreadsheet of all of my problem orders. The spreadsheet lays out the return item, the reason for the return, and any photos a customer might have sent. That helps me to understand the reason for the returns so I can fix it and prevent as many returns in the future as possible. I personally ran into a problem with the eye pins coming out of my charms, and it was a big problem for a while that made quite a bit of returns for a while. So it was something we worked on to create a better solution, like using a different kind of glue, using a different eye pin, and we saw our return rate go down for this reason. Now, the fifth point on our checklist is sustainability. To me, sustainability means your ability to keep your business in the game over the long run. So let's ask some questions here. When you think of owning a successful business, what does that look like to you? If you met your monthly goals for orders, could you actually handle the production and fulfillment for that amount? If you can't, then it's likely you're not priced correctly, and until that gets fixed, your business will not go far. How much money does it cost to run your business? Like, what are your fixed expenses? That number plays a part in how profitable you are. And in the beginning, you might not have a clear profit plan, and that's okay. I mean, opening a business means investing money in that business in the beginning, right? So you may not necessarily be making any money at all in the start. But let's say you're 6 to 12 months into your new business, your shop is launched, your products are already made, and you're working every day to make it happen, but you're still not making a profit. In that case, your business isn't sustainable and something needs to change. A healthy profit margin is around 50% for businesses making between $0 to $100,000 a year in sales. But the more money you make, the less profits you get, and that's natural simply because it costs more to run a bigger business. If you have over $100,000 in sales, it is healthy to have around 20 to 30% profit. So if you look at those numbers and realize that your business isn't sustainable, take a look at what isn't working. Check out your websites, your marketing, your calls to action on your social media, your product line, your photos. How can you generate more traffic? How can you get that conversion rate up? You are capable of getting your business to that next level, but it's not going to happen without looking at your numbers. I know it can be tough to tell if your business is where it's supposed to be or not, especially when you're just starting out. Regardless of where you are right now, though, you can get even more successful with the right strategies and marketing techniques. So keep going and don't give up, okay? No one said that starting a handmade business would be easy. In fact, I think it's one of the hardest things a human being can do. But believe me, it is so worth it when you reach your goals. What's one way you generate traffic to your site? I would love for you to let me know in the comments below. Then subscribe to my channel for all you need to know about starting your profitable handmade business. And stick around to watch this next video in this video. What? Huh? I'll see you soon. Go click on that video.